The Supreme Court last week issued the ruling on same-sex marriage. In hindsight, would you have done anything differently?
I don't believe so. I believe that, as the Minister of Home Affairs said, that this was a compromise position attempting to reconcile two irreconcilable positions. And the fact is that the Progressive Labor Party government's platform in the election said that that was the step at which we would take. We executed on our platform promise, and now there has been a question about whether or not the judgment or what was done was fit and proper. We have indicated that we will appeal that decision. I think that the history of the decisions of which have been made by the Chief Justice in this matter has shown that a number of them have been overturned on appeal. And from our perspective, that is the position of which the government is going to continue. But I think what's most important is to understand and to recognize is that I would like to see that this issue is finally arbitrated so that we can focus on matters which I think have more impact and reflect on people's lives. And those are the issues of growing the economy, fixing our education system, and reducing crime and violence inside of our society, and addressing the challenges with our cost of living. And so from that particular aspect, it's not something that occupies a great deal of time in my day. The Minister of Home Affairs, the Attorney General, will review the judgment, will give the legal advice appropriate, and that matter will proceed through those courses.
Now, the amount of complaints on Facebook from outside Bermuda has been pretty great on this issue. You know, a lot of people say that they weren't going to come to Bermuda or they canceled their trip. Whether or not that's true is a different story, whether they actually were planning to come here. But there have been, the hotels have suffered some losses because of the legislation. How do you think that they should react to that, and how can they counter this negative publicity, or how can the government counter this negative publicity that we've received?
I'm not going to necessarily speak to and or give advice to hotels. What I will just continue to say is that the government had a position that we were elected on by the people of this country. We are following through on our platform promise. That is what must happen inside of democracies. You must hold true to the promises which you make to the electorate. And what I would say is that Bermuda continues to be a welcoming country, and we are. And the message is very plainly and simply, as I've said on numerous occasions, we are the first English-speaking Caribbean country to give legal recognition to same-sex couples, and that is a place that that a lot of our competing jurisdictions cannot state. And so, from that particular aspect and that particular perspective, we are comfortable with keeping our promises to the electorate, and this item will move forward. But I think that there are other items to focus on, and I do not want people to think that this is occupying a great deal of the government's time, because it is not.